When you're building apps in FlutterFlow, navigating between pages is straightforward, but sometimes you need a bit more control, especially when you want to update data and reflect those changes as soon as the user comes back. Instead of relying on static state, you can pass a value back during navigation and trigger updates exactly when needed. In this video, I'll show you how to navigate to another page, return a value when coming back, and use that to refresh your data and keep your UI in sync. Hi, I'm Uka from Calda, and we build production apps using FlutterFlow, and this is a pattern we use all the time. Alright, so this is the app. We have a home page and a details page. On the home page, we keep the list of items in the page state, and we fetch those items using an API call in the onPage load trigger of the page. Once the data is returned, we store it in the page state and display it. On the details page, we have text fields for the title and description, along with an API call that updates the item in the backend. Now, let's do a quick demo. We open an item and try to update it. When we press save, the API call works. We get redirected back, but the UI doesn't update. That's because the page state data is stale. So to fix this, we will implement the logic to navigate back from the page with a value, so that we can handle any additional logic once and if this happens. First, we'll add two custom actions. The first one is a custom action for navigating to the edit page. We include the BuildContext and define the arguments. We add one argument called item with the data type set to our item model. We also enable a return value and then generate the boilerplate code. After that, we paste in the code snippet from the description. This action handles navigation to the edit page and returns a value when we come back if necessary. Next, we create another custom action for navigating back from the edit page. This is important because we want to return a value when leaving the page. Again, we include the BuildContext and define a Boolean argument. This will indicate whether an update happened. Then, we paste in the code snippet from the description. Now we can bind everything to the UI. We update the navigation action and the item list to use our custom action. We also store the output of that action in a variable. If that variable is true, we trigger an API call to refresh the data on the homepage. Once the data is fetched again, we update the page state with the latest items. On the details page, after the update API call succeeds, we navigate back and pass true as the value. For the back button, we update its action to return false, since no update was made in that case. Alright, so let's test it. We refresh the app and we can see the updated item. Now we edit it again, change the content, and click save. The API call goes through, and this time the UI updates correctly with the new data. And that's it. You now know how to navigate back with a value in FlutterFlow and use it to keep your UI updated after changes. This is a really powerful pattern for handling edits, form submissions, or any flow where data changes across pages. From here, you can reuse this approach across your app to keep everything in sync without unnecessary reloads. If this helped you, make sure to follow and subscribe for more FlutterFlow patterns, custom actions, and advanced app building tutorials.